Be grateful you're not in jail. Go back to your real life, Morgan. Leave this to the professionals.
The woman was stunned, because she had just helped the man identify the suspect in the murder case. Not long after this, the man turned his back on her. It turned out that ever since Morgan helped the police solve cases, with her 160 IQ, she successfully identified the suspect in a murder case. A man was murdered and his wife Lynette vanished under mysterious circumstances. At first the police treated Lynette as a suspect, but based on the crime scene photos, Morgan analyzed that Lynette was not a suspect but a victim. The real killer was someone else. Through subsequent investigations, they found a man named Brian Damon suspicious, so they brought him to the police station without hesitation. But after questioning, the man claimed he had an alibi. He'd been in a place called Fontana during the murder. Many people could confirm it. Morgan sensed something was wrong, judging by the man's outfit, those Italian hand-stitched shoes, and the pricey watch on his wrist. Damon would never go to Fontana, a place where regular folks vacation. In a fit of anger, Morgan wanted Kara Dyke to ask why he'd gone to Fontana. But just then Damon's lawyer showed up at the police station. Since there was no evidence, they had to release Damon without charge. This made Kara Dyke furious. So when Morgan asked what to do next, Kara Dyke snapped at her and took out his anger. He even said he wouldn't need her help in the future. But his tough words were quickly followed by embarrassment. Early the next morning, Kara showed up at Morgan's door. After Morgan let him in, she handed the kids to him and started analyzing the case. The day before, when they went to Lynette's sister Sophia's house, Morgan had noticed that the knickknacks on the shelves were dusty, except for a frog ornament engraved with Fontana, which was clean as a whistle. So she deduced that Sophia had recently been to Fontana, and must have gone with Damon. Kara said that didn't prove anything. Just then Morgan had a lightbulb moment. She quickly called her flower-loving neighbor Henry over, because not long ago, Morgan had seen a photo of Lynette with flowers on Letty's phone. Learning that the flowers in the photo took 4 days to wilt, Morgan and Kara rushed to Lynette's house right away. On the way, she also figured out that Sophia must be having an affair with Damon, because Morgan had seen expensive designer jewelry on her hand before. So Damon had gotten close to Sophia to get to Lynette. He didn't want to go to prison, so he wanted Lynette to let him off for Sophia's sake. But how had they managed to be in Fontana during the murder? Morgan suddenly realized something. When they arrived at the crime scene, Morgan tried to piece together what had happened. Lynette had gotten into a fight with Damon and Sophia. Her husband Anthony had stepped in to protect her and gotten caught in the crossfire. In the end, he'd been killed by Damon. But how had the two created an alibi afterward? Looking at the withered flowers in front of her, Morgan suddenly understood. In the photo Lynette had sent to her daughter Letty on the day of the murder, the flowers had still been fresh. And these flowers usually took 4 days to die off. So why were the flowers in the police's crime scene photos already wilted? Remembering that Damon's company was in security tech, and Sophia was a botanist, the conclusion was that Damon had used advanced tech to turn the whole space into a giant freezer. He'd frozen Anthony's body, and tampered with the video dates to frame Rosika Zhang. Then the next day he heated up the house. This had completely messed up the coroner's estimate of the time of death. And Lynette was still missing. Thinking that Sophia was her sister, maybe she couldn't bring herself to hurt Lynette, but had to hide her. So Sophia and Damon would pick a remote but familiar place. Looking at a childhood photo of Lynette and Sophia hugging in front of their old house, Kara quickly alerted the police. When everyone rushed to the sisters' hometown, Lynette was indeed there. Seeing that the case was finally wrapped up, the sheriff handed Morgan an official offer, inviting her to join the police department as a consultant. But Morgan refused.
If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Morgan went back to her normal life again, but her eldest daughter Eva was still bitter about her father abandoning her. This was also the thing that confused Morgan the most, because she didn't know why Eva's dad had disappeared 15 years ago. Seeing her daughter's resentment toward her father, Morgan went back to the police station again. After seeing the sheriff, she said she was willing to join. She not only wanted a raise, but also had another condition.
I need you to find someone. And he vanished 15 years ago. The police say that he just skipped town, but I know that he didn't. So, I need help.
You got a deal.